Welcome Algebra 1 to the multiple choice review. So we're just going to get started right away. So the first one says, which expression represents 5 less than twice x? Remember that this word less than is a turnaround word, okay? Actually, let me get my tool going over here, okay? Less than is a turnaround word, which means that these two have to be flipped, okay? And then twice x means 2 times x, okay? So 5 less than, so it's 2x minus 5. The right answer is 1, okay? An example of a 6th degree polynomial. So that means that the exponent has to be 6 with a leading coefficient of 7, okay? So, and a constant term of 4. So to have a polynomial, right, with having a 6th degree polynomial with a leading coefficient of 7, that means that I need to have 7x to the 6, okay? Now, although we've been telling you guys that your answer needs to be in standard form, that is not what this question is asking here. You are not performing an order of operations. You are picking the answer choice that has what you're talking about. And a constant term of 4. So just 4 by itself, okay? Let me get rid of these two. So you need one of these expressions to have a 7x to the 6th and a 4, okay? This one don't have it, this one don't have it, and this one don't have it. This is the only answer that has a leading coefficient of 7 that is to the 6th degree and a constant of 4, even though it is not in standard form, okay? For this question, only half of you got it correct. The other half of you kept choosing number 2, and that means that you got the coefficient and the exponent mixed up, okay? The constant of 4 was there, but you have to keep in mind that since it's a leading coefficient, it's in front of the x, not behind it. Which table of value represents a linear relationship? So remember that you need to have, in a linear relationship, you have a constant rate of change. Okay, that means you're adding or subtracting by the same number every time. So just looking here, right? So 3 to negative 2, I could have added 1. Negative 2 to 1, I could have added 1. But from 1 to 6, that's a distance of 5, so it's not 1, okay? To get from 1/2 to half, I have to multiply by 2. 1 to 2, I have to multiply by 2. 2 to 4, multiply by 2. Because I'm multiplying, the answer choice is not 2 either, okay? Now, let's go to 3. So from negative 3 to negative 1, add 2. Negative 1 to 1, add 2. 1 to 3, add 2. 3 to 5, add 2. This could be the answer, but I'm going to hold off. Negative 1 to 0, add 1. 0 to 1, add 1. 1 to 7, that's a distance of 7. So this is not the answer. These two did the same thing, right? That's why we check every single value. So the trick here was there, and the trick here was there. This is the only table that has a constant rate of change. So the answer here is 3. Which graph represents an absolute value equation? I was really hoping that a lot more of you guys would get this right, but 67% of you guys did. Actually, let me check. Number 4. This is number 4. Yeah, 60. Oh, no. 50% of you guys got this correct. Okay, so the answer choice here is actually 2. Okay, this is an exponential function, which means that I have a times b. The x is an exponent. This is quadratic, which means x is squared. This is linear, which is mx plus b. When it's a V shape, that's absolute value, and we covered that in class, okay? What is the slope of the line represented by the equation? So in order to find the slope, you first have to convert it to slope-intercept form. Slope-intercept form, which is the world famous y equals mx plus b, okay? So right now it's an ax plus bx power, and you got to convert it. So if I have 4x plus 3y equals 12, I need to get the y alone. So I'm going to subtract 4x from both sides. 3y is now equal to negative 4x plus 12. Divide all sides by 3. All terms by 3, I should say. Y equals negative 4 over 3x plus 4. 3 does not go into 4, so I can leave it as a fraction. 3 does go into 12, which is 4. So it says, what is the slope of the line? I can't find the slope until it's in slope-intercept form. My slope is negative 4 over 3, which means my answer choice is 4. Number 6 is a lot like that quarter one benchmark misconceptions delta math that you guys were giving us a hard time about. You have to know how to interpret word problems. And I feel like if a lot more of you guys took that delta math serious, you would have gotten this correct. So it's very important to know how to break up an expression, right? So let's look at the context. The amount Carlos gets paid weekly can be represented by the expression 250A plus 290, where A is the number of cell phone accessories that he sells a week. What is the constant term in this expression and what does it represent? So for number 6, a number of you guys chose number 2, okay? And we're going to go over and see if that is correct. So A is the number of cell phone accessories. So just to kind of play with the formula on the side, right? So that means that if he sells one accessory, that's going to be 250 times 1 plus 290, right? And then you add it up and you get whatever your number is. If he sells 2 accessories, then it'll be 250 times 2 plus 290. And you get whatever that number is. So we know now that if A represents the number of cell phone accessories that he sells each week, then 250 represents the cost of the accessories. Okay? Now, remember that when you have mx plus b form, right? The number in front of x is, or the variable is your rate of change, or in this case, the cost of like whatever item. Whatever number is kind of hanging out in the back is your starting point. That's your y-intercept, okay? So looking at this, 250A, the amount he is guaranteed to be paid each week. That's not true, okay? Because it's 250A plus 290. 250A, the amount he earns when he sells an accessory. The problem here with 2 is that it's not the amount he earns when he sells an accessory. I would say the amount that the accessories cost. Okay. 3, 290, the amount he is guaranteed to be paid each week. And then 290, the amount he earns when he sells A accessories. 290 doesn't have anything to do with the A value. Now, I could see why you guys are stuck between 2 and 3. But the wording in 2 is what's incorrect. The amount he earns when he sells a accessory. The amount he is guaranteed to be paid each week. Now, if Carlos were to sell no accessories, so if I were to do 2.50 times 0 plus 290, that means that the only thing he would get paid is 290. So if he worked a week and sold no accessories, 290 is the amount that he is guaranteed to get paid each week. And that's because that's the starting point. So the correct answer is not 2. The correct answer is 3. Compare the quantities in column A and B, right? So A is the average rate of change for A and B is the average rate of change for B. So just by looking at these, right, it says annual profits. So my profits in the year. So it looks like as my year's increasing, so are my profits. But let's look at these answer choices. The quantity in column A is greater. The quantity in column B is greater. The quantities are equal. The relationship cannot be determined from the information given. Well, number 7 happens to be 2. And the reason why it is 2, it is because this line has a greater rate of change, which means that more profits are happening on a yearly basis than A. So that is why B is the correct answer. Number 8, the line 3x minus 2y equals 12 has. Now, in your answer choices, it's asking you for slope and y-intercept, okay? The only way to know is to convert this into slope-intercept form. So we got 3x minus 2y equals 12. I need to get this y alone, so I'm going to subtract 3x from both sides. Negative 2y equals negative 3x is 12. Divide everything by negative 2. Okay? Y is equal to 2 negatives make a positive, so that's 3 over 2x, right, minus 6. So my slope is positive 3 over 2, and my y-intercept is negative 6. Just kind of looking at the back end, negative 6, this is positive 6, crossing that out. That's negative 2, crossing that out, this is negative 6. So now I'm between 1 and 2, and obviously the answer is 1. Which transformation of f of x moves the graph 7 units to the left and 3 units down? You guys forgot the mantra, inside, opposite, outside, same, okay? So if I'm graphing 7 units to the left, that means that I have to be adding 7. And if I'm going 3 units down, that means I have to be subtracting 3. So the answer choice in this case was 3. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. It's not 3. The answer is 1. Plus 7 minus 3. Yep. The equation f of x plus 2y equals 48 and 3x plus 2y equals 32 represents the money collected from the school concert tickets for 2 class periods. If x represents the cost of each adult ticket and y represents the cost for the student ticket, what is the cost for each adult ticket? So I have a system of equation here. I have 5x plus 2y equals 48. And then I have 3x plus 2y equals 32, okay? I want to find out the cost for adult tickets, which means I need to cancel my y values. So since these two coefficients are the same, I'm just going to multiply this by negative 1. So this was a level 1 elimination problem that many of you guys did really well on throughout the year. So I'm not sure like what the disconnect was. So I went ahead and distributed and just changed all my signs. Now I'm going to go ahead. 5x minus 3y. 5x minus 3x is 2x. My y's cancel equals 48 minus 32 is 16. Divided by 2 on both sides. X equals 8. So that means that the adult tickets cost $8.